In today's video, I am going to teach you how to limit cell value entry in Excel. This is a simple but powerful way to keep data consistent, prevent mistakes, and make sure people enter only the values you intend. For example, if a column is meant to be yes or no, you can restrict the cell so it only accepts those options. To begin, go to your worksheet and select cell A2. Take a moment to look at the grid and confirm that you are clicking the correct cell. In most templates, A2 is the second row of the first column, so it is a common place to start data entry. Once you have selected it, you will see the cell highlight, which tells you that Excel is ready for your next action. Next, click the Data tab at the top of the Excel window. The Data tab contains tools for working with input, validation, and organization of information. When you click it, the ribbon will change and show different options related to managing data. This is where we will find the feature that controls what can be entered in a cell. After you open the Data tab, look for the Data Validation button and click it. You may need to scan slightly within the ribbon, but it is typically grouped with other data tools. Clicking Data Validation will open a dialog box. This dialog box is where you tell Excel what rules to apply to the selected cell, such as limiting entries to a set of allowed items. Now, in the Data Validation dialog box, find the Allow box. This is a drop-down menu that determines the type of restriction you want to apply. Click the Allow box and choose List. Selecting List is important because it tells Excel that you want to provide an explicit set of choices. Instead of letting the user type anything, Excel will only allow values from your list. Once List is selected, move to the Source box. This is where you define the items that should be allowed. Type Yes, No into the Source box, with a comma separating the two options exactly as shown. These are the only two values that Excel will permit for the selected cell. As you type, watch for the comma, because that separator is how Excel knows there are multiple options. When you finish entering the source values, click OK. This confirms the rule and applies it to cell A2. After you click OK, you might notice that the dialog box closes and the cell remains selected, which is a good sign that your changes took effect. Now you can test the setup. Click back into cell A2 and try to enter a different value. Excel should guide you by restricting what is allowed. Typically, Excel provides a drop-down list based on your source entries, so you can pick either yes or no. If you try to type something else, Excel will prevent it or will prompt you to use the permitted values, depending on your validation settings. This small workflow can save a lot of time later, because it reduces inconsistent wording and unexpected entries. It also makes spreadsheets easier to understand and analyze, since your columns contain predictable values. If you want to apply the same rule to additional cells later, you would typically repeat these steps or copy the validation settings. For now, focus on cell A2 so you can see the effect clearly and feel confident that the rule is working as intended. And that covers everything you need to know. And that is all there is to it.